Okay. This is our manipulative. We are actually using a deck of cards to work with Macy as she is introduced to the lesson regarding multiples. Um, we are going to go over what a multiple is. We're going to ask her several questions regarding multiples and how she can find the multiples by using the card deck. Okay? So basically how you use the card deck, Macy, as a manipulative using and finding multiples is that you can use the cards and actually find the multiple of a number. Okay? So, going to kind of review. A multiple is a number that is the product of a given number and some other number. Okay? So we're looking at trying to find multiples with whole numbers. So how do you find a multiple? Do you have any idea?
You find a multiple by timesing factors together.
Okay, so you times factors together to get a multiple. So basically, let's do an example. What is the multiples of 3?
The multiples of three are 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on.
Okay, so you can also count by threes to find the multiples, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of 3. So you can count 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. Skip counting by 3 to find the multiples also. So if I ask you what the multiples of 2 was, you can actually skip the count by 2's, right? And all of those are even numbers, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and so on, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. So basically, we're going to use our chart again and also our cards to find some multiples of some numbers, okay? So I'm going to give Macy a number, and she's going to use the cards and the chart as a manipulative of finding the multiples of 2. So when you think of the multiples of 2, do we think of the multiplication facts of 2?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the multiplication facts of 2? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and shade. Macy's already done this in our task earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and shade the multiples of 2 on our chart. And then I want Macy to start finding the multiples of 2 in the card deck so we can physically see the multiples of 2 visually in our hands, okay, as a tool. So is this a multiple of 2, Macy?
No.
No, it's not. So we need to discard that card. Is this a multiple of 2,
Yeah.
Macy? It's 4. So 4 and 8 is a multiple of 2. Is 7.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Is 3.
No.
Okay. There's 2. There's 6. We've already got 8. So 3 is not. We've done discarded it. 5 is not.
4.
4 is. We've already got it. 7 is not. Needed to go through these cards before we started. Some of these are more duplicates. What about, we got a 6 already. What about a 10?
We don't have a 10.
We don't have a 10. So, we've done got a 6. We've done got a 2, 10. Do we have all of the multiples of 2 that's actually 1 through 10? Or the card deck even?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got them all. So with using the card deck, we're kind of limited on, it's the only bad thing about using the card deck, we're kind of limited on all the numbers that actually go into 10 or to 2, just the up to 10. So it kind of gives us a little bit of a visual. So I am going to finish coloring in our chart here. And we did look at this earlier with the multiples of 2, but just utilizing the card deck and the chart as our manipulatives, we can actually go all the way to 2 times 9 and find all the manipulatives on 2, and then Macy has the visual with the card. So, Macy, I'm going to give you your expo marker, and I want you to start writing the manipulative or the multiples of 2 for me as you look at the card deck and the chart. Okay. All right. So Macy was able to come up with the multiples for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20, all the way up. So with this being said, given the multiples of that number, so when we look at Macy, when we look at a multiplication problem or equation, we actually state that the multiple is what?
Multiple is
It's
the product.
It's actually the product. So basically, what would be the multiple of 6 times 3?
18.
Yeah, exactly. So the multiple is actually the product. Kind of reviewing that to make sure Macy understands that with the multiplication facts. So Macy, as a review, what can you tell me about a multiple?
A multiple is a product. Pretty much, it's the exact same thing as a product.
Okay. And how is the card deck in the chart helped you with the finding the multiples?
It's helped me by seeing how many are in there and see if it has 2, has 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then you can go over here, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18.
She actually did a good point. Within the card deck, you can also see how many shapes.
So if you want to double check yourself, you can count them.
Exactly, you can count them. So for an example, on the diamonds, the 10 has got 10 different diamonds. So and the 6 has actually got, the different shapes that represent 6. So you can actually go back and double check yourself. That's why I like using the card deck for manipulative, doing multiplication and doing math if I can. Okay, so let's look at the multiples of 3. Okay, now these are the multiples of 2. We're going to set these aside and we're going to look at the multiples of 3. And this is our last example. So hopefully it looks like Macy is doing a really great job identifying the multiples of a number. And this is actually building off of her weakness on multiplication facts. That's what we're doing this lesson for, and it's actually building on the factors, learning about factors and multiplication facts and how we can help her with different strategies with our multiplication facts. So this is the reason we are doing the lesson, is to help build skills on top of skills to help her with those weaknesses. And I think she's doing a really great job. These visuals are actually helping her because she's a visual person and she loves hands-on things. So she's really doing a wonderful job on her assessments with each tutoring session. So let's look at the multiple of 3. Okay, can you pick out the card decks that represents 3 up to 10?
Okay, I picked them out up to 10.
Fixed it?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go over it and see what you got.
I got 3, 9, and 6. So 6. 3, 6, 9.
Okay. But you were able to come up with a little bit more from the chart.
Yeah, I went up to 10.
You went up to 10. So she found that the multiples of 3 were 3, 6, 9. And she actually was able to pick those cards out of the card deck. And 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. So, and actually Macy was able to get all of those. She went all the way up to 3 times 10. So the chart only actually goes up to 3 times 9. So she went above and beyond her expectation, which I'm proud of. So she's actually learned different things and different ways to build her skills. Okay, Macy, can you express how well this helps you with your multiplication tables?
It helps me to see how many multiples, there can actually be. And it helps me see if, it helps me skip count because, so if I wanted to do 3 times 8, so I could do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and then I meet my hand, and then it gives me a visual of how that they make that.
Awesome. So how well, this is ending up our last session of tutoring. How well have you enjoyed, and what have you taken away from all of these lessons that you've used manipulatives and models and tools and different things?
It's given me lots of different ways to do things, so I have more options than just doing it straight from mentally. Like, for example, the Legos. I didn't know we could use Legos for fractions.
Good job. So I've actually been able to show you that you can use different little tools to help you with math and to make it fun and exciting instead of it just being really mentally. So that's a good thing. What else? Do you have anything else before we?
Not really, no.
Okay. So Macy has done a great job. She's done a great job on all of her assessments. Her final assessment, which we're reviewing each and every one of these skills that we have tutored her on. She actually made 100 on her final assessment, which I was very proud of. I I feel like that she's came a long way and that she really has looked at all of these tools and she knows that she can use these in the future for any of her math equations and math lessons at school. So that is my takeaway from all of this, and we are at a stopping point and we are finished. So I've enjoyed it. It as a incoming teacher, it's really helped me to look at using manipulatives in my future classroom because I'm actually a visual person also, and a hands-on person. So it's actually helped me see that using these visual aids and models helps students uh, gain knowledge very quickly versus trying to do everything mentally. Okay.